Hey guys, what's up? It's Medic here at the RCSparks studio, and I'm chuckling a little bit because Jem and I have finished the 400th episode of RC Adventures for YouTube, and I can't believe that we've made it that far. This is actually episode 401, even though it's a little bit more of an impromptu, hey, I'm just kind of hanging out with you guys with very little planning. In the comments section of episode 400, we had hundreds of comments come in. I can't believe the support we've had for the show over the years. Both Jem and I are elated. We're very excited that you've come and let us into your homes and shared your time with us, with your family, and even your RC addiction. It's been a great time. And I never expected the amount of views that we've gotten on just going out and filming us having a good time. That seems to be what the world, a lot of the world is enjoying right now, is just trying to figure out how to have a good, happy time and get a lot of smiles. So, a lot of folks asked me in episode 400, Medic, you didn't show the studio. Could you do it a little bit? Could you do some filming tutorials or can you do some editing tutorials? And unfortunately, that part I can't do only because it's all about RC, right? It's not about me filming or showing you guys how I actually do editing. Boring. There's tons of that if you want to check out different programs and what you can use. But I figured in response to what you guys have been doing, no problem. I'll actually show you around the work studio. Some of you guys have already seen something like this, so I apologize if you're getting to see some repeat footage. It's all filmed fresh today, but I know some of the common viewers have seen some of this stuff before. But we have new viewers all the time, and I figured, might as well do a quick rundown since we did episode 400. Let me shoot behind me here. I'll show you that actually my studio is just apart from being a labor of love and an evolution of something that's been happening for the last several years. It's still really just a home-based project, and I'm so fortunate to have a nice home with a nice wife that allows me to do this kind of crazy stuff. Where I have an unfinished basement. We moved into this home, last year. And I saw the floor, I saw the walls, everything with nothing in here, and I thought to myself, this is super cool. It's going to let me try out the drift cars, it's going to let me try out all this different stuff, and I can make the studio any way I want. So it's still evolving. I apologize if it's not super pro, but at the same time, this is what I love to do, and it's a great hobby that I've made into a somewhat of a career. So microphone, PC, there's an iMac right there where I do my editing, a couple of speakers so I can get some great clear sound. Look at that, I'm like a magnet to this little helicopter. This is a Blade 120 SR, an electric helicopter. I got this at my local hobby store. You can see the size of my hand and the size of the helicopter, so it's just a bit bigger than my hand. This isn't the micro, but this is one step up. It's a great little rig to fly. Here is a decal sheet, or a decal sheet, depending on where you are from in the world, how you pronounce that. RCSparks stickers, guys, that's where some stickers are. I don't really have any readily available, but on the Axial SCX10, I'm sure for a limited time, at least we're able to get on that decal sheet. There's tons of folks out there that have been riding that truck and having a good time with it from the videos that we've done, so I'm really honored that I got to be a part of that. Over here, you'll see lighting. You guys are probably wondering what's up with the lighting. Here you'll see I actually had it wired on purpose. So I had several lights on a dimmer. Plus I have these directional type of lights. You can see here, these are all powered. I actually had the ceiling wired so I could plug things into the ceiling instead of actually having stuff all over the floor. So I don't have to really worry about too many cables. Yes, that's where I'm a complete movie star and have a back massage if I've been sitting and working and editing for hours and hours or building or whatnot. These lights right here, I know people have questions. They've asked me about lights before. If you guys haven't seen it before, this is a good thing for me to show you. This is a type of light stand that allows me to simulate basically sunlight. Right, that's a halogen bulb. It burns at a huge temperature. Let's see if I can just try to get this off here, one-handed. Come on, that's what she said. Okay, I'll pull out this halogen bulb for you. You can have a look at it. This is a special type of bulb that burns and gives me a specific type of light. Isn't that neat? It's huge. I'll put that back in later. This is the same kind of light, but it has a cover on it. It's called a diffuser. So instead of having a direct light, it kind of makes it into a glow. Spotlight, a type of directional light on a boom that allows me to point it in a certain direction if I need light in a certain area. Here's all the RCs. We'll get to that in a second because I know that some others asked to see it. These umbrellas are cold burning white halogen lamps. The umbrellas actually allow me to direct the light into areas that I'm asking the light to be. You can see I also have some in-ceiling lights there that I control simply with a switch on the side of the wall. That really give me a directed light, because if you're filming RCs, you want to make sure to have a great light on your subject, right? This is Pinky, my wife's truck, of course, for those who haven't seen the show. Here's something kind of neat. You guys haven't seen this before on the show. You will in upcoming episodes. This is a robotic arm. Yes, you heard me right. This is a robotic arm that runs on many servos. I got this at lynxmotion.com. Lynx Motion is a robotics company online. They've been known in the business for quite some time, many years, with many satisfied customers. This is a very unique thing that I'm working on right now. I don't want to get into it too much because I'm still learning about it myself. But I know that we're going to have some great times building different things with this arm once I get all the computer stuff worked out. All the servos plugging in there. This is actually a suction cup on the end of the arm that works on a syringe type of vacuum and a different servo in the back. This also has a clamper, and I have a few of these, so I'll be looking at this more in detail in the near future in upcoming episodes. I thought you'd think that was kind of cool. A little bit different. Looks like it's happy to see me. So here's the parts wall. A lot of people have seen this parts wall before, but for those who haven't, in other episodes I kind of went over what's on here, my axial parts and another couple of pieces up there that help me keep the show going. That, my friends, up there is the Dingo kit. Not the SCX-10 Honcho, but the Dingo. This here is one of the first vehicles that my RCSparks logo appeared in, so this is like a trophy for me up there, really. All my parts, you know, Tekin's up there. I do all of my motors. There's some of my controller stock. That's my Futaba controller. That's basically for racing, axial. Couple of Nitro RCX 2.4 gigahertz, inexpensive ones which work well. Here is a tripod where this expensive camera sits on, and of course here is a different kind of camera and tripod I have for the different still shots, or if I want multiple angles. Here we go. There is the helicopter from RC Adventures Shotgun versus Helicopter. It's actually in there, my friends. It still has birdshot holes in it. We're going to have a closer look at that in the upcoming season as well. A couple of my controllers, that's my DX8. That's where my DX3R would go. The box for the 120 Blade helicopter. Here is my Venom VMX 450 bike, my Ghost Rider. I actually really like this. I took it out. I had a great time with it. I didn't get it on film, unfortunately, because the back gyro pin sheared off. So there's a gyro in there that spins super fast and helps the bike stay upright. But for those who have one or watch the series, you'll notice I did take off those side stabilizer bars because it allowed me to lean much farther left and right and still have, it wouldn't get caught on the grass. So that was a big bonus. Here is my poor drift car. All the drifters out there, they're like, oh, what happened? Yeah, look at that. Kablamo. Snapped it right off. I was actually racing with Crawler Ted, one of my good friends. And racing with drift tires is not a good idea because you can get going really fast, but there ain't no control. I'll be fixing that up and getting her going. There's a plane that I got from Nitro Planes, an electric plane I haven't flown yet. Here is one of my SCX-10 rigs that has very soft tires for actual trail truck rock crawling, right? Not competition rock crawling like this XR10 I have does. This is actual competition rock crawling in a club, right? This is for points and stuff. This can be as well, but competition rock crawling requires you not to have a ladder-based frame. Everybody that's into automotives knows what I'm talking about. This is more of a motor on axle setup. This servo, for those who are wondering, is a HS7950TG with titanium gear. I did a whole build video series on this. You guys already know, Axial XR10. Here is my Wraith. Somebody in episode 400 said, please do an update on the Wraith. And I didn't because it wasn't a technical video. This is my Tim Cameron replica. Tim Cameron is a one-to-one rock racer, rock crawler. You know, he's an extreme sports guy. Builds his own amazing rigs that are in full scale. And after seeing a few of my RC buddies do a Tim Cameron type of vehicle, I had to do one too. This actually has a 9-turn brushless in it. I need to do some work on the transmission. Up here is my Beast, of course. These are air inflated Baja Claws, Mickey Thompson's from RC 4-wheel drive. Guys, I know this looks like it's a flat tire, but it's not. It's just the weight of the truck on my Rude Boys RC trailer. That trailer is actually custom made. You guys have seen it before for the fans or the viewers of the show. Handmade, limited edition, these trailers. They're very hard to come by because Rude Boys makes a very limited edition. But if you want more information, I don't build them, but they do. You can check it out on the RCSparks community forums. So down we go, down. There's my Wraith kit. You guys are probably excited, wondering about when I'm gonna build that. Well, I have one right there. So this here is just kind of sitting here as a big bonus for me. Again, I like having standby rigs. Here's that electric skiff that I did, the swamp boat. I'm gonna be doing more with this now that all the snow is melting and I'm going into a fresh season. My friends, I could keep going on here, but I know a lot of you guys have seen this stuff already. This is a boat that I'll be working with, my Miss Elam boat. It is an electric beast. You can see that it's a racing boat. I'll be doing more with that as the season comes up. As well is, here's a standby rig I have for my studio props. This is a fresh truck that's been sitting here for a little while for the upcoming season because I know that there's some things that are already slated and project for it. It's always good when you're making films to have a couple of standby rigs in case you have an issue. Poor Overkill, look at him sitting there just all beasted out. He's actually been in the mud. When we did the latest Overkill video, Overkill puts chains on Pinky. I think that's been seen 30,000 times. That's so neat. Oh my god, it's heavy. This rig, for those who haven't seen Project Overkill, I'm actually going to get a new body because I wasn't very happy with this, and Overkill needs to be cleaned up and put a, you know, there's something I can do with this, but I screwed up when I cut this out. It was too much, but at the time I thought I needed it for what we were doing. Here's those studded chained tires. If you guys want to make chains, I did make a video about how to make your own RC chains, tire chains cheap, so just check it out. Down here I've got a brand new Losi 8T body on the way because this one's a little bit hurting now over time, but I did order it. It is on the way. Badland tires on this, a big Tekin electric power system in there, an RX-8 that can take a 6-cell LiPo battery. Here is a couple of rigs that have been taken apart. There's a ladder frame for an SCX-10. Guys, I don't actually send out my old parts to anybody. A, because they're old parts and they're problematic. And B, is because I scavenge off of them all the time. This is an old Exceed rig. I use that for parts. Look at this. Here's down here. Here's a Mad Bash, if you guys remember that rig at all. The bumpers on them are absolute crap. They just snap right off. But I do have this old rig here. Who knows? I might do something with it. And a lot of you guys are crying right now. Oh my god! This is actually my famous Tundra. It's actually going through a whole overwork right now, an overhaul. You'll see I just finished the motor or the transmission. I painted it, made sure all that stuff's going in. I needed new drive shafts for it because the pins in the drive shafts were making huge holes. And so I have drive shafts on order right now. Of course, there's a couple of my tear into boats. I haven't modified them yet. These are small jet boats. You'll see on the inside, if I can get this out of there, I actually already started stripping the inside so I can put some new guts in there, put a nice motor in there, which I already have, and make this into a nice little stream hopper. That's what I'm looking forward to with those this season. Here is my my Super Cub that is absolutely way overpowered. I put a 60 amp ESC in there with a Power 15 motor, electric motor, and on a 3-cell LiPo, boom, it's gone. It's like fast. So I'm having fun with that. We're going to be doing some new stuff. You guys are wondering why I have speakers in the corner. Because in my old Chrysler 300, when I was into stereos, it was always good to have some boom. But since I have a new Ford truck, my stereo that came in, it's absolutely epic. Here we go, the big Losi 5T. That is a big bugger, and I'm having a great time with that. I got that at pmhobbycraft.ca. Looks like I might be getting some hop-ups for it. I did put in a kill switch for it, but lots to go. So, my friends, that's it. Like a follow-up. It's almost like a episode 400 and 401 or 400A, I could call it, hey? You got to see a little bit more of what the studio actually looks like. I hope it gives you a little bit more insight. It's just, like I said in the beginning, it's a labor of love. You guys find something that you like to do in life, one step at a time, right? You work on other people being happy and you yourself will be happy. You can see this is like a reward system in life. When you work hard, you can actually get to where you want to go. So there you go. There's a little bit more of a personal impromptu peek into my life. Guys, I appreciate you always commenting or subscribing if you haven't subscribed, if you like what you saw and you want to check out new episodes of RC Adventures when we're out on the trails or bashing or flying or even with the boats, so lots of fun coming up. I appreciate you guys even coming to check this video out. And if you want to comment down below or leave some sort of video response of your workspace, or comment on any of the stuff. If you have questions, I'll do my very best to try to help you out when I can. So thanks for watching, guys.